Blessings. Welcome back to my channel, Deanna with Empowering Empaths. I have a couple of keynotes, side notes that I'd like to share today for our energy update for March 16th through the 22nd. I am so honored to be here with you guys, feeling a level of optimism, feeling a level of peace within the storms of life. One keynote I want to share to you guys is media. Media is still in the old programming of the Pisces age where there's fear and control. Keep that in your awareness this week. Keep this in your thoughts. Remember that. Keep in your faith that higher perspective. Another thing was I was praying or meditating before I came on, and the old Pisces age had taught that astrology was whatever, right? You're going to go to hell. And if you do your own research, which is still under a Pisces energy, if you go in and listen to any astrologers, none of them, the majority of them do not leave God, Creator, out of what they share. They know that creation itself is part of the universe. And so why that came through to share, I just trust that it was meant and intended for somebody that's tuned in to listen today. I am not an astrology. However, on my spiritual awakening, I have realized the significance of astrology and how beautiful it is to help us really tap into some beautiful, beautiful tools through prayer and meditation, and to getting to know your birth chart a little bit. Last thing I want to add is, as I was meditating, and that came through to share for whatever reason, I trust that, like I said. Another thing was I kept hearing, be the change you wish to see in the world. And then I sat there a little more quiet again and was like, no, be the peace that you wish to see in the world. And then my guide, Yeshua, stepped in and said, this is why. And so I pulled out a biblical verse to share with you, never in preaching. This is to empower you to realize that, you know, the old Pisces age of religion, where it was for fear and control and preaching at people to make them feel less superior, was all out of a control factor. And so when I heard, be the change that you wish to see in the world, I heard the correction of, no, be the peace that you wish to see in the world. And then go figure, this biblical verse came through for me to share. So I'm going to share it real quick. The gift of his peace. Again, remember that this is always within you. These things I have spoken to you while being present with you. But the Helper, the Holy Spirit, from the Father will send in my name. He will teach you all things and bring to your remembrance all things that I said to you. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Perfect. I'm coming to you, recording this on March 15th, 2020. And this will always be a timeless message. So if you in history look back at what's going on the earth plane currently, this is just perfect to share at this time. At the beginning of the year, I started sharing in this. Sometimes it resonates with me to share with you guys. Other times it does not. This week it does resonate in many ways. We have the sun moving into Aries on the 19th, which is also the spring equinox, which is equal dark and light. So I think that's a beautiful thing, that little bit of fire energy with the sun moving into Aries, initiation of self, right? And readjusting on what we really want going forward is a beautiful thing. And there's a huge energy that's supporting us to balance out the dark and light. We are collectively feeling, it could be possibly even from past lives where people have left their bodies due to plague and whatnot. Highly unlikely, but if you feel this within you, the fear things moving through you, really do choose to be the peace that you wish to see in the world. It's a little mad out there right now. Like, I've collectively felt this energy moving through me, but I'm not becoming it. And so I'm correcting myself as quick as I falter to be that peace and be the light, because this is what we're called to do as light workers at this time. It's the time that we've been waiting for, leaving the age of Pisces going into Aquarius, and Saturn will be moving into Aquarius. It's been in Capricorn before it travels back to Capricorn again. And I'm gonna go ahead. What are you doing? My cat's being crazy. I'm gonna let her out on the deck. Hold with me, guys. You want out? You being crazy? So if you're new today, I'm a no edit channel. I live in my dwelling and there's lots of action here. So let me rephrase here and let's go back. Because of everything that's going on out there, really truly do understand that the media is still in the old programming. I'm going to ask you guys to do your best to rise above that. Get out and do something joyful. This has been shared on my energy updates. No coincidence that here we go. Rise above that. Don't judge yourself if you feel that density move through you, because boy, I sure have, but don't become it. Again, very, very important. So I'm going to read from this real quick and get on. This is an action-packed week with spring knocking at the door, 2 sign changes and 2 separate conjunctions that send our energy in different directions. So be mindful of that this week. The first seasonal change of the year occurs on Thursday, March 19th, when the sun moves into Aries, bringing a bundle of energy and excitement that marks the first day of spring. This is also called the spring equinox because it's one of the 2 days a year when there's equal light and dark. So think of that balance within yourself, right? Use this special day to check on a balance point in your life. So bring that into your awareness. Where am I off? Where am I not in peace and joy and harmony? During the next month, when the sun is in the sign of Aries, the Ram, you'll have access to a surplus of courage and adventurous spirit and love of new beginnings. I feel it brewing, guys. This is the ideal time to take a leading role because it's a cardinal sign. It's an initiation. Communications have been more I skipped a part. Hold on. This is an ideal time to take a leading role. So be that light. Be that one that's amongst all the chaos going. You guys are not tapping into your faith, and I'm going to anchor my light. Even if it's not your usual style, right? Mercury's short venture into Aquarius ends on Monday, March 16th, when it returns to Pisces until the middle of April. Communications have been more confusing than usual this year. Amen to that. With Mercury in the emotional sign of Pisces. For an unusually long 2.5 months, Saturn makes major sign change on Saturday, March 21st, as it shifts from Capricorn, old school traditions, to the forward thinking, future forward Aquarius. Super important, guys. Leaving the Pisces age, still many things under that. It's got a big grip on many people if y'all aren't seeing it. Future thinking, right? Saturn in Aquarius is especially important to the millennials born between 1990 and 1992. And this is because it marks your first Saturn return. Saturn returns are all of this old crap in your life falling apart. It can feel dark night of the soul where you're just like, what the hell is happening in my life? Remember this if you were born between 1990 and 1992, guys, because this is going to be your first Saturn return, but it's in Aquarius. Saturn will return from a temporary tour of Capricorn in July and re-enter Aquarius in December for the next 2 to 3 years. Mars also in Capricorn makes 2 once-a-year conjunctions this week and have a very different effect on energy levels. A positive Mars-Jupiter conjunction on Friday, March 20th, combines confidence and enthusiasm with courage, which makes it easy to take action and start something new. And that new moon on the 24th, I know we're a little bit ahead, that's okay, is going to be a beautiful time for you guys under that dark moon to plant a new seed with optimism, with fire, with passion. If you haven't found your soul's purpose, do it. Get out and share. That's what this channel is for me. We're needing to have this future thinking with Aquarian age of we consciousness, and 2020 being a clarity vision, right? Getting that internal vision, co-creating what we want as a collective, as humanity going forward, right? So, what else do I want to share? So the second conjunction late on Sunday, March 22nd is a dangerous one, once a year Mars-Pluto meeting that brings power struggles. Now, dangerous, isn't to whatever. This is awareness. So listen again, because Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. It is huge transformation, and Mars is about action, control. So balancing the dark and light within you to create that peace that you wish to be in the world, guys. We are powerful co-creators. So let me read this again. Sunday, March 22nd is a dangerous once-a-year Pluto-Mars meeting that brings a power struggle, ruthlessness, and possible violence. So take action on Wednesday and do your best to stay away from the dramas and the conflicts of the world. Awareness is key. That's why astrology is so beautiful. And God creating that to help us on our soul's evolution. I mean, I believe in divine synchronicity, and divine guidance is key. So I haven't even shared these 2 messages yet with my empath group on Facebook yet, but I'm going to go ahead and share them here on YouTube. Hope you're enjoying this. I am an empath who feels energy. It used to cause me, my sensitivities and my big heart, to be a codependent where I was a people pleaser, and my spiritual awakening has really transformed me into being of service to others and allowing us to keep rising in that heart space. And the crown chakra, I think I shared this too, and then I've also seen the synchronicities as well. That was another reason that I was divinely encouraged to keep sharing on my channel, even though it's small starting, is because the synchronicities of what I was feeling within me, I would see somebody else outside of me say it. And so here is the message from the Animal Oracle for the week that I do share. If you're new to my channel today, it is Divine Destiny and the Rise of Empaths on Facebook. Would love to have you there. Let me know where you're tuned in today, and if you are new, throw me in a comment to let me know how you're doing with not biting into the dramas and the fear tactics of the old age and the media that's definitely being amped up. So koi fish spirit, there is always enough. When I flipped this over, I was like, this is perfect. This is divine timing. As you all know, maybe yourself, I don't know, people are out there in droves clearing shelves and this, that, and the other. And the reason they're doing that is in the panic and the fear. And they're forgetting who their true identity is. And it's been promised by God, Creator, Source, that all of our needs will be met and not worry. And so this is a great reminder with the koi fish to know that there's always enough. So don't be the one wiping things out. If you see somebody that needs help, or if you see somebody that needs the TP craze that's happening right now, by all means, please do understand that your needs will be met, right? I felt this amping up when I was out of my home the last time, and I thought, wow, it is the fear and the energy that the collective is creating that is more contagious than this thing that's being portrayed to be really super terrible out there. I just want you to know that fear is more contagious. I think you guys can probably see that being empaths, right? The Cryon message for the group this week or today is also beautiful because it's the energy of love. I hope you can see this okay, because I am enjoying the sunshine that is here today, and I usually close my blinds, and I'm not doing that today. If you lose somebody you love, I want you to remember this. They may appear still and cold and gone forever, but that is just in the third density, and it is not the truth. They are alive and well, looking at you and pleading with you to see the energy of love that they represent. They are not gone. Cryon. This is also a beautiful reminder because we have collective fear. What is the collective fear right now? Of death. Fear collectively is death. And a lot of us in our DNA, in our cellular memory, have a karmic remembrance, even if we don't consciously know it, that we've most likely left our bodies from like a plague or something in past lives. And so I think it's just beautiful. There's always enough. Remember that. And that the energy of love never does die. And that is the truth. Trust me. I just said this because I got out and took my own advice and had a bonfire last night. And I said to my husband, when I found my son's body, although as a mother I grabbed him and of course did not want that to be true, but there was something different also, a piece and an underlying of that same experience of he really wasn't that body. His consciousness was out of it, and I told my husband last night, sitting out and grounding and enjoying myself, there was a huge feeling of that. Like, he's not gone. His consciousness is out of his body, but he's not gone. And so I just wanted to share that personal experience with you guys, because I believe personal experiences is what allows us with our free will choice to turn it into wisdom and knowledge to be able to share with others. Again, free will choice. Because I could have turned into addictions and escapism and denial and blame and all of those other energies. It was my free will choice to go, you know what? If this can happen in my dwelling and in my family, it can happen anywhere, and I'll be damned if my child left, and I'm not going to do something good with it. So here I am. If you're new today, a little personal insight, this is a no edit channel, so I'm very just like, go with it. Hope you enjoy it. My main intention and purpose of this always is to empower you, to encourage you, and to remind you that you are a spark of God itself. It is not outside of you, that all answers that you need for your soul's evolution and your faith, right? Our connection with spirit is faith, is always within you. So seek first the kingdom, which is always within you, and listening to that heart, right? And the remembrance of who you are. So I'm here to just encourage you and hold your hand, and I hope you enjoy it. Another card that I kind of just drew for myself, to encourage myself, which I do oftentimes, was the Six of Swords, tranquility ahead. I think a lot of us, if we can rise above what we're seeing fall away, Saturn, Pluto, in astrology is always known that in Capricorn, the old structures that are not for the benefit of the whole will fall away. And in order for this Pluto death rebirth, we're gonna see all these old things fall away, and it can, with the two eyes, right? appear to be freaking alarming. So that's why on my channel as well, I've encouraged everybody to tap into that crown chakra, which, go figure, I did some reading and apparently I don't want to say it, but that whole thing that's out there right now is crown chakra. Do not allow the fear to disconnect you from your spiritual essence. Fear is contagious. Fear, like I've shared many times on my energy update, is what disconnects us from our spiritual essence because it blocks that open heart. We become closed off. We become fight or flight. And there's been a lot of that fight or flight because of hierarchies. Remember, if you can do this, guys, walk by faith, not by sight, meaning tap into that third eye vision, into the higher perspectives, and keep that connection. You know, you can do this all within your mind's eye. Bring an awareness. If you're feeling fear, start talking to your higher self and God and say, listen, this is too much. I don't believe what I'm seeing with my two eyes, and I know there's a divine spiritual perspective. Flip the script. Flip the script however often you need to, because if you can do that, there truly is tranquility ahead, guys. And Six of Swords, swords is thinking. So this to me is mindset. You have the availability to flip the script because our monkey minds, they love when we go down the fear tactics and the separation and the duality. Keep that in check within you. Balance it out. 6 to me is very balancing, so that doesn't surprise me that this is tranquility ahead because it's mastering your thoughts, right? So beautiful messages, and I may just draw one from the Shaman Oracle. We'll see how many Spirit gives us for this week. Really do utilize the gift that you have right now to rise above all of the dense energy. Keep your thoughts and emotions in check. Again, don't judge yourself. Remember that there is always enough. All of God's gifts are free. So the Pisces age was a lot about the bank, so it doesn't surprise me that we're seeing the financial structures go wonky. I kind of think it's funny because I don't think it's funny, but I feel the bigger perspective and go, oh, this is just divine timing again. The Pisces age has to die in order for our new structures to be rebuilt in the age of Aquarius. Saturn moving into that. Saturn, to me, the great teacher going into this future thinking sign of Aquarius is just huge. So keep that in mind. Also, I find that the sun and the equinox on the 19th is a beautiful, 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 that if you've been feeling the polarity within you, or if you're biting into the blaming agenda or blaming somebody outside of you or blaming a culture, make sure you're keeping that in check. Rein that back in. Allow the fiery sign of Aries to initiate you into a new you so that we can be that peace that we wish to see, right? God, Creator, Source, I call upon your divine Christed white light to fill me up, to encourage everybody that comes in to listen today. We give thanks in advance, and so it is. So I find it funny that it was first coming through to me to be the change you wish to see in the world, and then it was almost like an affirmation of, no, be the peace. No more dabbling on the fences, right? Be the peace. Change is now. It's here. It's been needed. So what is it that we would like for encouragement for this? Well, I'll take those two because they popped out. The ego. Take this and use the wisdom and the bigger perspective, right? By flight. The bird, to me, of course, being an animal of flight, getting the higher perspective, goes right along with the Six of Swords in another air. Doesn't surprise me. Aquarius is an air sign and it's future thinking. So right now is a beautiful time for you guys to get that bird's eye view. And that if you get caught up into the density, and I mean, as an empath, I've definitely felt the dense energy of fear definitely move through me, and I am in peace knowing the bigger perspective, and that these old programs were going to amp up when they realized the consciousness of us and the consciousness of Gaia were rising more into that Christ consciousness, and that is really what Age of Aquarius is a we consciousness. So keep that. And this is also, to me, use your life experiences as wisdom, right? I feel like the eagle is very representative of wisdom. Now more than ever, light workers are needing to be the peace that we wish to see in the world. We need to help others. We do. Only help when needed or wanted. But if somebody denies you, if somebody is making fun of you because of your faith, then just fly away, right? Fly away. This isn't really a time to be dabbling in creating such turbulence. And if somebody does not want your help, then you cannot force them. I know my old viewpoint was I got such a humanitarian heart that I was like, I want people to see. I'm sharing another personal experience for good reason. I want people to hear and want to know how I've rose above having a child in the body leave before me. I wanted people to understand that it was a faith within me, not outside of me. I wanted the experiences of synchronicity and divine guidance to share that with others. Most people didn't want it. I had to walk away from that. And so remember that. Use your knowledge and wisdom and life experiences to help others, but if they don't want it, that's their free will choice. Don't overextend and leak out, okay? And the second one we got is Earth. Earth is going through undoubtedly changes. Our bodies, right? Earth, our bodies are going through extraordinary changes. The planet Gaia herself, I've been talking about this, is going through extraordinary changes. In order for the old ways to fall away and start anew, right? You're going to feel this. And I share a lot of the ascension symptoms. I was trying to pause for a minute to see if there was any that I've been really feeling. Other than the density of fear on the collective moving through me, I did experience a little bit of vertigo recently, can't tell you what day, and I actually went outside. This might be an indication for some of you that you need to go out and ground. I know I did last night, had a beautiful bonfire, even though it's cold here, just bundled up, got out in the fresh air, enjoyed Earth, the birds still singing, the deer still walking gracefully, and what is never changing within you is your light. Your divine essence doesn't change, but we are here in a vessel having a human experience, so we're going through body changes as well, for real. Anything else that I want to share? You're always provided for. Do not worry. Worry adds no life to you. Find your joy. It's no coincidence that the yellow chakra and the joy was coming up in my energy update a week or so ago. Go out and do more of that, as Cryon, our energetic guidance, who's here to help with us ascending, because our bodies are truly, and Gaia itself, going through so many changes. Always take care of you. Always increase your self-care and really balancing out your mind. If you buy into the fear, guys, course correct. I say that all the time. How are we doing with soul choices? At any given second, we have the co-creating ability as children of God to flip the script and go, no, I am not buying into this fear. This third density truly is an illusion. I used that with finding my child's body. His consciousness wasn't there. And although it was traumatizing, the life essence, his spark of God that we all truly are, was apparently out of that. It is an illusion, and many of us are facing collective fear of death, right? Pluto, death and rebirth. Death is an illusion, remember that. Be the peace that you wish to see in the world. I could keep going. I'm so passionate and optimistic right now. Raise your vibration, raises your immunity. That costs nothing because there's always enough. God always provides all of your needs. Be thankful. Find yourself gratitude. Find yourself in joy. If you're not feeling it, that's okay too. That's a great time to increase your self-care. Ultimately, at the end of the day, remind yourself often as you have to of who you truly are and choose to be that peace that you wish to see in the world. I am sending this to you with so much love and enjoy your week. Let me know in the comments, really real and raw, how you guys are doing. Love to know. Would love to get interaction going there. And I am signing out for now, and namaste.